Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Um, I have another project car. I need help. I have a problem. All right, before we dive into this one, the Toyota is under a carport. It's getting some sanding done. That way it's not sitting in the rain because the shop is completely full of crap, so can't get it in there. The Mitsubishi, whatever you want to call it. This thing, I probably shouldn't have bought it, but I did because I'm an idiot, right? Having some issues with the engine not wanting to run right. So long story short, this car came up for sale. I didn't buy it. Somebody else did. It needed an engine harness supposedly, right? So guy put an engine harness in it and then got it to run, but ended up, when I bought it, we were jumping the starter. So he put a new starter in it and we were jumping that to get it to run. It was running pretty crappy, really weak, underpowered, wouldn't start with the key. I have since fixed that. There was a missing relay that they didn't plug in the harness. So car now cranks with the key. However, we're not getting spark on 1 and 4. So this is a wasted spark system. You got 2 coil packs basically. One feeds 1 and 4, and then the second one feeds 2 and 3. So basically the outers and then the 2 inners, right? So 2 and 3 are firing, which tells me that the crank sensor, and please overlook the entire tube of RTV. So I'll clean all that up once we get it running right. So the crank sensor seems to be firing because I am getting signal to this coil, right? Everything else looks good. I checked the wiring here. There's no broke wires. I was able to kind of ohm out the plug over to the harness at the ECU. All the wires are in good shape. Doesn't appear that anything's been wired inappropriately. This is a secondhand PCM. The car came with another PCM. When I put that one in, the car wouldn't run at all. This one, it's only running on 2 cylinders. Luckily, there is another PCM. There's another GS at the junkyard, local junkyard to me, that I think we're gonna go snag that PCM and maybe a stock airbox and a few other little odds and ends. And fingers crossed, that fixes the cylinder 1 and 4 no spark issue. I did check 2 different coils because the guy had 2 different coils. I guess they were chasing this problem as well. But I don't think there's any issues with that coil. Also, the plug wires seem to be in decent shape. I swapped them and all that stuff seems to work. So it's really pointing to this. This PCM has igniters for these coils, kind of built in or whatever. So they go bad, then you basically just need a whole new computer to be able to get spark. It's a stupid idea that Mitsubishi did, but whatever. So let's jump to the junkyard and see if we can pull one of these bad boys out. So it looks like I'm gonna need some 10 millimeters hopefully, but I'll take a full socket set. All right guys, we are at the scrapyard. I'm trying to make my way through, find the least muddy path possible, and got my tool bag, and boom, there it is, the yellow Eclipse. So it honestly, when it first arrived to the yard, it didn't look that bad, but it has apparently been bumped into a few times since getting here. So, and hopefully that ECU is still good, having set out in the weather and stuff. And then you can see it's already pretty well gutted. This was a GS model. These old school Tesla tail lights were actually in good shape. A couple weeks ago I should have bought them, but I didn't have an Eclipse then, so wasn't too worried about it. But I think we're gonna try to snag that airbag pad and maybe grab this intake and that ECU. All right, guys, I just got this ECU unbolted and pulled out, and that right there has got me a little concerned. Somebody didn't do their oil change on their computer, apparently. So this thing's 40 bucks. It's probably toast, but I think we'll give it a go. Fingers crossed we'll get lucky. Well, before we put this thing in and fire it up, or try to fire it up, I want to open it up and kind of see if we can figure out where that oil's coming from. Okay, well that's good. It's actually sealed. So I would say that that oil is probably, this goo has gotten hot and melted. So there's a very good chance that this thing is absolute trash. But can't fry a computer that's already fried, I guess. So I'm gonna spray some cleaner in there, get them dry, and then we'll plug it up and see what happens. All right, so that is plugged up. Let's see what happens. All right, it definitely runs on all 4 cylinders now, so I call that a win. It's idling extremely high, but that could be something stupid over here where the previous owner jacked something up here. Cause like looking at this is kind of janky. But either way, it runs on 4 cylinders. And didn't make any really crazy noises other than like squeaky belts and some other stuff like that. But yeah, I call this a win. So to recap, if you're only getting spark on your middle 2 or your outer 2 and not all of them, there's a good chance that it is that bad boy. So thanks for watching, guys. We got to figure out what we're going to do with this car now. Keep it, build it, sell it, get something different. I don't know. Thanks for watching.